So we are able to submit our request on the server, and we are submitting this data on the server. So before this, let's suppose if I want to validate this name, so I need to implement the server-side validation. So let's implement the server-side validation. So here we can define the validation inside here, but I'm going to prefer to use a form request. Just to define your form request, ptrtson make a request, and then it will be in the API slash v1 same, right, v1, and then I'm going to say that to register, and register, or we can say that into the auth, and auth contain the register request, something like this. Let me verify it, API v1 auth slash register. In the register we can say that create request, but register have only one request, so I'm not going to do this. So just go here, maybe I can create a login request too, but anyway, register request. Okay, and just go to this request and turn this authorize on, and here you need to specify your field name. So I'm going to say that name, and name would be the required, and name should be the string, and then always apply this maximum validation to prevent from the truncated column error. So here I'm going to say that to email would be the same as required, and then it should be the email, right? And Laravel know that what's the email syntax. It will also check that dot and at, and also check the length. Password, so password would be the required, and it would be the minimum 6 character, right? Oops, minimum 6 character, right? And then we can also define other, like if we want to implement that, it should be alphabet, to contain alphabet, or contain one number, something like this, right? But that's fine for me. Okay, and here if I now want to submit my request on this without this name, click on this register, and we got this name field is required, and we are getting this in the errors, and errors contain a name, and name contain this array, right? This contain name array. Perfect. So now if I go here and say that we are getting this data dot response, so I want to append this top. So before this I need to add this into a single array, so we are getting this in the object form, right? Here we are getting this here in the object form, and object contains arrays, and arrays contain sub arrays, right? So for this if I want to say that, hey, just to do this here, let me add a space for better readability here. Okay, so here I want to say that object dot values. So now this will convert those objects into the arrays. So just click on this register, and yes, we are now getting the array, right? Before this we are using this object. Okay, and but we are now getting the two arrays, right? I want to add into the one array, so later on I will display them at the top. So now we are getting the one array, so I'm going to bind this into one array. So I can do this. There is a method flat, right, which will convert this into one array. So just click on this and register it, and yes, now we are getting this into the one array. Before it was in the two arrays separately. Let me see that. No, I'm still getting this and two more errors. No, wait, the two to email, no, it's not working as expected. I applied this flat, right? Save this one and try it one more time. Let's click on this register, and here I'm getting this 01 name field is required, and array it's contain the email name, and password too, right? So it's contain 3 types of relation here, name field is required, and 2 more. So it's not working as expected. So I convert this into the error dot because I'm just getting the data, right? So here I'm going to say that data dot errors. So just click this, something like this, click on this, and yes, now we are getting this into one array, right? Array contain first index, second index, and third index, right? So we are getting these 3 so now I can wrap this into one array. So simply cut this from this or remove this console from here, something like this. And now I want to assign these error to my error array here, right? So simply say that this dot errors equal this. So now this will assign to this one, and I will define this at the top that here whenever I'm submitting my form, I want to say, hey, define those error here, oops, something like this. And here I'm going to say that v for printing the array error in errors. So it's a different syntax like in the Laravel. In the Laravel we define the errors and then error, right? But in the Vue.js it error in errors, okay? And then here I want to say that list item, and then this list item contain a text danger red color, and then I want to print this error. So save this one and go ahead and click on this register, and yes, we are getting the name field is required, email field is required, and password field is required. Perfect. And as we are doing in the Ajax, right, we are doing this in the JavaScript, we need to manually append this, right? But in this case, let's suppose I fill this name with the Hidayat Niazi, my name, right? So now this will be automatically removed from the DOM and from this JavaScript logic 2, from this HTML2. Let's click on this register, and yes, it's gone. I don't need to append it again back to tell that now this one is filled, so you don't need to display this error. So it's a two-way of binding. I'll recommend you to install this Vue Dev Tool extension, right? This one. So let's click on this here, Vue Dev Tools extension. So it's so easily available on the Google, so you can add it into your Chrome browser, right? So it will help you to track things like that. I have added this out, and it will help you to track this out. Let's click on this register, and this one is say that Hidayat Niazi, right? And Hidayat Niazi is also paused here. But if I want to say that Hidayat on, right? So here whenever I will give it a save, let's click on this, so this will be automatically saved here too. Just take eye on this, saved, and yes, it's replaced here and here too, right? In the same case, if I want to say here in the email, I want to say I am email, just submit this, yes, I am an email. So it's a two-way binding. We don't need to directly deal with first get the value and then listen it for the what value it should be append. Perfect. So let's click on this register, and yes, we are getting the errors. So we are successfully able to catch the errors from the server. We created our request and getting the errors here. And in the similar case, if I do this here, if I click on this save on the register, click on this register, your password doesn't match with confirmed password, right? Perfect. And if I say that register, so now my request should be paused. Click on this network register, and yes, it was it's paused now, right? And if my request is paused now, so this should be also removed. So here I can say that whenever I'm submitting my request, let me hide this, whenever I'm sending this, so I want to say that this dot errors equal null, right? So just go here and first throw this error, click on this, and yes, I got this error. But if I fill the form, submit this, so now this error is gone, right? right? So I did this here, this dot errors, but this isn't proper way to do it here, because maybe in this case I have only one, but later on maybe I have multiple variables which I want to clear. So I need to define another method, and I'll call this method here. Just cut this stuff from here, and after that clear error messages or just messages. So it will define that if you want to remove the success message, we can, right? So here I define my logic here. So we will define all of the things here, right, and here. So we need to just call this out. So here I want to say that in the register, before this register, I want to say that this dot clear message, right, this method, something like this, and our job will do the same. So let's click on this, something like this, register, and yes, got this. If I click on this, save and register, and it's gone, right? So in this way we can clear the errors, and in the next video I'm going to save this values into the database. So thank you so much for watching the video, and if you think that this added some value into your life, give it a subscribe and share your feedback. Thank you.